Hey guys, Hector here, and welcome to Jupiter. So, with Jupiter, the planet itself isn't going to do much apart from having some special rules down here. This is mostly referring to this grid here. But first we need to clarify the names of a few things. We have a node, which is any square in the chart, where an orbital is one of these outer ones. A connector is one of these inner ones in this diamond here, and then regular standard ones are these ones that didn't fit any of those, and this is the goal one. We're going to start either when we reach the goal one, or as you can see down here, if tornadoes have been visited at this point, follow rule M, which will take you to stop all movement. So, first we need to find our starting number, because we're going to be using the operations next to these and providing them to number as we go. Our starting number is just going to be the sum of the serial number digits. So 5 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 is 10. And now let's get started. We're going to be starting at the standard one in the position of where the status light is. Like all of the other ones, pressing the Jupiter here will hide the Jupiter, just in case it's getting in the way. This one being the most likely one to be getting in the way of other things. So, first we need to assess which way Jupiter seems to be rotating from a front view and the bottom of Jupiter. The bottom of Jupiter is going to be the side where the blotch there is, as you can see from this picture. So if we look from the top here, it's seemingly rotating counterclockwise. So from the bottom, it's counterclockwise, and from the front, it is seemingly rotating clockwise. So now we can get started. So we're going to be starting in this red standard up here, and we're going to highlight red standard. We're now going to follow these rules, and then use the rules down here, depending on which one is true. So is the B rule true? Jupiter is rotating clockwise according to the diffuser's perspective. If I click on the module, it is in fact rotating clockwise. So the first rule is true here, and to our number, which was 5 plus 1 plus 4, which is 10, we're going to multiply it by 3, so we get 30. And if the first rule is true, visit the orbital that is clockwise from the position of the last orbital visited. But we haven't visited the orbital yet, so if there have been no previously visited orbitals, use the orbital that is diametrically opposite the status light position as the last visited orbital. So since we have the status light up here, the most diametrically opposite one is this white one down here, moving across to one clockwise from it, as this says. Our next one we're going to be assessing is this purple one down here. So we're going to have magenta, and it's an orbital. So the first one, Jupiter is rotating clockwise according to the bottom of the planet. As we clarified, the bottom of the planet is seemingly rotating anti-clockwise. So that was not true. So let's move to D. Most of those visited this one is odd. We've only visited this red one and this current one. The current one counts as a visited node, so that's not odd. So K, this is the ninth node visited, no, but the previous node visited was red, green, or blue. The first one was blue, it was red, so that was true. So the third rule for orbital nodes, visit the connector that the standard node that your current orbital is connected to has also been visited. Indicate the standard node that your current orbital is connected to has been visited. If no previous connector node, if it connector does not touch the standard node, no solution connector exists, which is our case. We see the case node that is counterclockwise from the current position. Counterclockwise, so we're going to move to this cyan connector. Cyan connector. This has 5 rules, starting with I. If this is the 2nd, 4th, 7th, 10th, or 11th, this is our 3rd visited one, so this is not true. Moment knows visiting this point. This time is correct because we've got 1, 2, and 3. So the second rule is true for a connector. Visiting the connector is clockwise from your current connector, so we're going to move from the cyan one clockwise to this magenta one. So K, this is an item visited no, while the previous node was red, green, and blue, it was cyan, so no. The status line in the top of the module that is also true, and as we know, we're moving clockwise again. Then we've got yellow. Wait, I forget to. So, don't forget to do the calculations. So, this bar means hopefully ORing it. So, we got 30 and 11. So, as you can see, ORing it would, for example, let's take 2 or 1, gives us 3, because that's 1, 1, which is a combination of 1, 0 and 0, 1. So we're going to be ORing 30 with 11, we get 31. So we have that one. Then we went to here, which is the cyan connector, so we're going to be multiplying this number by 9. We have 4. Then we went to the magenta one down here, so we're going to be adding 11. So we have 15. And now we're at the yellow one, so we're now going to square the number. And let's evaluate also the yellow one. So let's like on the left half of the module. This is true. Since the first one is true, we're going to visit the goal node, and we should stop. So the amount of nodes we visited is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The go node counts as 1. And our final number is 225. We're going to add these two numbers together, so 225 plus 6. And we're going to take the last digit, so we're going to be pressing the big Jupiter when the last digit is a 1. And hopefully, we get a lovely number. Well, I mean, it is a gas giant after all. Anyway, hopefully you understand how to do Jupiter, and I'll see you at the next planet.